To add your cameras to GPS capture, right-click on any of the 4 boxes in the multi-camera window and select Change Camera Type. If your camera is on your network as an Ndi source, choose Ndi Source. To connect your Ndi camera to your network, consult your camera manufacturer's documentation. In the window that opens, click OK to create a new source. You cannot modify the existing Ndi sources. In Source Name dropdown, choose your Ndi camera. Depending on your network speed, you can choose highest or lowest bandwidth. Set the sync to source timing. Check the box labeled Allow Hardware Acceleration, then click OK. If your camera source is an Elgato or AverMedia capture device, be sure to install the video capture software of the device before you perform the next step. If your camera source is a video capture card, a webcam, or a camera connected directly over USB, right-click any available camera window, click Change Camera Type, select Video Capture Device, and click OK. Choose your camera source in the Device dropdown, and you should see your camera feed in the window. Make sure Deactivate when not showing is not checked, and click OK. Anytime you want to change cameras, just right-click on a camera window and select Camera Properties. To add an audio source, click the microphone icon under the audio meter bars. Give the audio source a name, and click OK. Choose your audio source in the dropdown, then click OK. To set up controls for each camera you add, click the Open Camera Control icon, which will either start the GPS camera control program if it's not already running, or restore the program if it's minimized. To set up your cameras for pan, tilt, and zoom control, click on Setup, then Camera Settings. This will open the Camera Settings window. Choose which cameras are enabled or disabled. Give each camera a name. Select the camera type. If you have connected a PTZ camera using a USB cable, you will also need to connect the camera to the PC via a USB to serial to VISCA cable, and choose VISCA as the type. If you are connecting to your camera over a network, select Network. Note that the camera must be able to respond to VISCA over IP to control it with GPS capture. If you are controlling a Bezcore motorized pan tilt head with a Batson Engineering wireless controller, choose Wireless as the type. Each Batson Engineering wireless controller is pre-programmed to receive commands for a specific camera number, which is written on its case. Make sure that you set the correct camera number in GPS for the wireless controller you have. For example, if your wireless controller says Camera 1, make sure you set Camera 1 in the Camera Settings window to the type Wireless, then set the manufacturer to Bezcore. Also choose the correct USB port that you connected your wireless controller to. This may not be obvious in the dropdown, so you may need to try the different ports in the dropdown until the wireless controller responds to commands. Finally, set the Use in Auto Tracking to No for the Bezcore unit. If the camera is a network camera, set its IP address. Please consult the camera manufacturer's documentation for instructions to set or find the camera IP address. If the camera is connected using a USB to serial to VISCA cable, choose from the drop-down the USB port the camera is connected to. Next, choose the camera manufacturer. Set if the camera will use autonomous tracking. Set the maximum zoom factor of each camera and set the auto tracking sensitivity. When finished, click OK. The GPS camera control app must have focus in order for you to control any pan, tilt, or zoom functions of connected PTZ cameras. That means you must click on the window before using the keyboard camera controls. After you have clicked on the GPS camera control window, press the number key corresponding to the number of the camera you want to control. If you want to control camera number 1, press the 1 key. If you want to control camera number 2, press the 2 key. You can identify which cameras are which numbers by looking at the multi-camera window. The upper left quadrant shows camera 1. The upper right shows camera 2. Lower left shows camera 3. And the lower right shows camera 4. So I will press 1 to set the system to control camera 1. Now I can use my arrow keys to control camera 1. The up and down arrows make the camera tilt up and down, and the left and right arrows make the camera pan left and right. To zoom, I simply hold the Shift key and press up or down. Shift plus up zooms in, and Shift plus down zooms out. Now I will press number 2 on my keyboard to set controls to camera 2. Then I will use the arrow keys to move the camera. I will do the same with camera 3, and now with camera 4. There are 4 different settings for pan and tilt movement speed. You can change the pan and tilt speed setting by pressing the 4 keys under the camera numbers, Q, W, E, or R. These letters were chosen so you can comfortably rest your left hand with your fingers on 1, 2, 3, and 4, and simply slide your fingers down one row of keys without having to look at the keyboard. The letter Q is the slowest speed, letter W is a little faster, letter E is even faster, and letter R is the fastest speed. It is helpful to use the lower speed to control the cameras when your camera is positioned far away from the presenter. It allows much more precise movement. I will now press 1 to set controls to camera 1, and now I will press Q to set it to its slowest speed. I will control the camera using the arrow keys. You can see how slow it moves. Now I will press W to set the speed faster. Now I will press E to go even faster, and finally R to go the fastest. To change camera shots, you simply click the camera you want to be shown in the live stream. When I click camera 1, you can see the camera appears in the live stream window in the main capture window. Now camera 2, camera 3, and finally camera 4. An even easier way to switch cameras is to use the keyboard. Using a similar approach of maximizing your comfort as the camera controller, the keys directly below speed controls were chosen. Pressing A makes camera 1 go live, pressing S makes camera 2 go live, pressing D makes camera 3 go live, and pressing F makes camera 4 go live. This allows you to sit comfortably and move your fingers all together in rows up or down the keyboard to perform your desired action. I will now show you how easy it is to select a camera, select its speed, movement, and switch cameras.